Started. All right, slightly more forgiving map than we've had lately this time. Just the one patch of silicon, though. That is interesting. That might be worth trying to abuse as somebody. There is a bit of a risk associated with it. There's not great scavenger carbon available, whereas there's more aluminum than anyone would ever ask for. And some decent iron that's definitely usable as well. I could try a rather strange build, potentially. I think I'm just going to sit and wait for a minute, though. Not a whole lot of water is definitely worth paying attention to. There is not much water on this map at all. So we'll just have to see how that goes down. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, somebody did go robotic in the patch of silicon. That's no big surprise. You kind of do expect that sort of thing. So we can sell down our silicon easily. We can sell down our carbon easily. And I'm probably just going to sit and wait on everything else, honestly. I'm going to need to get some of this water established for myself. But most of this we should be okay mostly waiting on. I'm not sure exactly how the 2-1 times out with steel versus aluminum. But I think it's going to work out once you count in the aluminum shipments pretty well to have just sat here and waited out the resources. And not taken any serious risk with people founding on top of all this aluminum, things like that. On top of that, these expansives are pretty far away from this water, so I might be able to get in good with this patch here. And make some decent use of it. In fact, I'm just going to grab... It is so tempting just to grab something super dumb here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to very simply grab 2 pretty strong spots, kind of encourage other people away. I'm going to grab that last little bit of steel that I want. And then I think I'm just going to throw down... There are pirates this game, which is unfortunate and something I need to watch out for. And that kind of pushes me a bit more toward reactors, usually. I generally like reactors when there are pirates. It's harder to lose everything all at once. You can kind of spread things out maybe a little bit better. And on top of that, pirates, like reactors' individual resources are worth less than food. So it kind of like, you can pirate me, but you're not going to get as much out of it, is the basic idea there. So we'll see how that plays out this game. Definitely don't want to let that go for 8,000. We will bid it up to... We could bid it reasonably high. We are scientific this game. We have the ability to go into some serious debt reduction if we want to. On top of that, this definitely lets us establish a strong triangle for the reactors, which is definitely a good thing. Although I think what I'm going to do is, this guy just expanded, but he's not taking the silicon tile. I'm going to see if I can grab it instead of going for the water triangle. I think I've got it. That's pretty crucial, actually. That's pretty huge this game, I think. Getting that particular tile when nobody else has convenient access to something like that. Alright, I think we're set up reasonably well. I'm worried about debt, obviously. We're already at 33,000, which means we're at that triple B rating. It's what we get for this silicon tile, basically. But, as you can see, the only guy who's going to have good silicon in this game is Bradbury. Nobody else is going to be able to get decent silicon unless they took it right now, basically, and went for these doubles that this robot's likely to cover up before too long. On top of that, power shouldn't be as much of an issue because, frankly, the robot's just feeding it the entire time. Okay, it looks like Clark does want to grab these 2 silicons. He may get them. Robot's not going to block him off, but we still have the 1 medium silicon tile with some potential adjacency for glass if we would like. Oh man, robot blocked 1. Perfect timing on that too. He made him take this 1 individual tile and got this other one for himself. That's really, really good. I'm going to start sending these now. Hopefully people didn't quite notice them yet, that kind of thing. And we'll be okay. Now, I did get beat to HQ3, but that's okay. That's just going to happen. It's not the end of the world. We can upgrade now. Let's see, there are new claims available for purchase. I think I would like one if I can push to it before I actually worry about buildings too much. There it is. 4 claims to deal with. One of them can be a reactor, and I think the other 3 can just go into... Honestly, we can just make some food. Sure, why not? all of this can get intercepted by pirates, but it's also kind of awkward having them all on the same lane, because it means people don't know what they're going to get. And it kind of also just discourages the piracy. This means we don't have a patent lab down yet, which I'm going to want at some point, probably. But that's okay. That's alright, I think. This guy is still just silicon, which hopefully is okay. I was kind of thinking it would be nice to get down... Man, he actually put a tile there. I was thinking it would be nice to get down 2 glass furnaces, but I'm not super attached to them, to be honest. I'm just not that concerned with it. It'd be nice, is all. But it's not the end of the world, one way or the other. Steel staying strong, no big surprise with a robotic player in the game who didn't go steel. They are going to be drinking that up. Somebody else in glass, somebody else in food already. That's all okay. Kind of discourages me from actually trying to push to that glass. For sure. It is worth noting, even though there are pirates in the game, there's also EMPs and power surges. And I'm fairly well defended against those as a robot, so that's... Or sorry, as a scientist, so that's going to be nice for me. Power is definitely turning into a problem faster than I was hoping. There are solutions to that. One of them definitely is just go ahead and push for an upgrade. Very quickly, just throw down power plus, there it is, that'll work. Dust storm on the way, so maybe I don't throw down solar power right away. Instead, we throw down some basic wind power and then transition. Pirates finally hit. They are going to hit my food up here, which is a good place to hit food for sure. And of course they steal that first 40, because isn't that just how life works? Definitely need to be getting this power online as soon as possible, I think. And then we will try and get that patent lab up and running.
Expansive colony expanded.
Come on, work with me here. Carbon is expensive though. Like, carbon is so expensive it almost pushes me away from this. I could just grab this carbon tile, but if I want carbon scrubbing long term, that's probably not necessary. With the dust storm coming, I'm still going to stick to this. Hopefully it works out okay. I am going to have to transition it later. Maybe we can just go 2 for now with the dust storm and be alright. And instead push to something like a goon squad plus a patent lab is what we'll be looking for.
Pirates. I hate those
even with the dust storm, we're only at 0.6 right here, 0.9 now. But I think it's still better than if we had solar panels down. Pirates are going to hurt constantly. This is what I get for delaying the patent lab so long and the teleportation that goes with it. It's just the way it is. Hopefully I don't just die to debt. I am somehow at 144,000 debt already. I'll tell you, debt still doesn't make sense for me. I don't think I will ever have a good feeling of how to play around debt ever again. I'm too ingrained in this old system that just flat out doesn't work anymore. Man, he actually got those up in such a good place. That's disgusting. And now power's basically just completely died, despite the weird dust storm. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and grab teleportation, because I'm a little late into the patent lab compared to what I could be. Pirates are all over the place, but thankfully they aren't exclusively on me. I'm actually going to, I think, grab some and go after carbon, maybe? Carbon is up at $90. Oh, but I'm in a D rating, so I can't, because that just makes sense. That sucks. I'm in a D rating already. I took one auction. One auction. I did build power at HQ4 instead of HQ3. And of course, these pirates are absolutely ruining my entire day, obviously, right? Because that's just the plight of the scientist. I'll have teleportation soon. How are these doing? 31, 33. Okay, let's go ahead and just kill those for a moment while this cleans up. Make sure I've got something else queued if at all possible. Sure, we'll take superconductor, better than nothing. And then I need to start getting out of these and into something else, be it power or not. I could maybe skip power and just go straight for chems, honestly. Reason for that is I'm headed to cold fusion anyway, long term. This means I don't really need superconductor, so I'll see if I can cancel out. No, it's finished in 5 seconds, who cares? Cold fusion will be coming up next. Try and make that work. Debt is still absolutely ridiculous right now. I cannot believe this has managed to push to this point. Like, debt just goes out of control so fast sometimes. And power spiked in a way I was not expecting it to. Not this game. I'm wondering if this guy wasn't selling power for a while. Once he started making actual money somewhere else, that sort of thing. He could have been.
Revolted colony expanded.
Excuse me while I spiral out of control constantly now.
Your stock.
Cold fusion on the way. I can get that last little bit of my stock, which will help. And now I'm basically stuck at HQ4 on whatever I happen to have down at this point.
Dirty rat trying to break our stuff.
Yep, pretty standard. Dirty rats always try and break our stuff. Get some carbon scrubbing put out so I can actually keep using these kind of effectively. Solar flare going on. Not really all that important for us. We did push to cold fusion, so we're going to be swapping back and forth between these two pretty consistently. Driving both prices up. Let's pay debt. Let's just pay all the debt in the world, which sucks, but is absolutely necessary, I think. Could run Energy Vault for a while. Could head toward Nanotech. Probably makes more sense to hit Nanotech. Next. All these things are expensive, but I need to keep using this patent lab, I think. That's the whole point of having it down. Glass is super cheap, at least right now. Steel is super cheap. So an expansion really doesn't cost a whole lot at this stage of the game, and it might be worthwhile saving up to it instead of paying down debt, since I'm stuck in this D rating regardless. And I'm not sure exactly where the line is to push me up, and an expansion might do a better job than paying debt for the moment. Especially with all this fuel coming in, it's actually a serious possibility. So we'll try it. See what happens. It might work. It might not. There it is. Clark already at an Offworld.
Just disappointed in you.
We'll toss that dynamite at it that I had sitting around. 5 claims remaining. Asimov is halfway to purchasing us. I, of course, get blown up immediately for that. Man, 5 claims. What can I do with 5 claims? Well, for starters, we can put down some water. I think water would be fine. Yeah, water should be pretty good for now. Pay down debt. My debt is so insane, and I cannot pay it down. It is absolutely nuts what my debt is right now, and the fact that I cannot get rid of it for the life of me. Absolutely can't. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm trying, guys. I feel like I hadn't been doing such a bad job this game. It's just debt murdered me. I only took 1 auction. It didn't feel that bad. It really didn't. I can't fight over that. Can't fight over that at all. Did I take more than 1 auction? I think I only took the 1 auction. I feel like I missed something this game. I feel like I missed half the game somehow. Alright. Well, we got carbon scrubbing out of the way. We want to keep going. We're not going to get slant drilling, unfortunately. It would have been nice for our electronics production in particular. It would have been kind of nice. But aluminum's not that expensive anyway, so it's probably alright. I can also scrap this guy. Keep paying down debt. Just pay down debt. That's the only goal in life right now, is to pay down debt. Somebody better be blowing these up. I mean, seriously? People are blowing me up instead of this guy who's already sitting on Offworlds, which are sending what? Actually, nothing's really all that good. Nothing is good this game. Wow, nothing's good at all. Pay down debt. Asimov sitting on all kinds of cash. Yep. He's doing just fine in his corner. Let's see. These on water don't really need to... water's still okay. Water's not great. It's helping me out with debt a bit. I pushed into the C range. Pushed into the C range before debt ticked at one point. That's good. No virtual reality for me. Could take perpetual motion to help out just a little bit. How is anybody going to actually manage to end this game? It's going to come down to Offworlds, I suppose, long term. We've got thinking machines, so that'll help out with that. But nothing is good to send. I mean, what's the best thing? Is it oxygen? I have to go through this whole list. Iron. Iron's going to be pretty good to send, potentially. Chems are okay. Yeah. Wow. I thought there was junk off-world in that other game I played on Saturday. This game, though, this is just ridiculous. Perpetual motion in 4. Oh, man, glass is peaking pretty hard, isn't it? Which is sad, because I kind of need to push into an off-world. I'm consuming quite a bit of silicon here. Food's doing alright for me. Don't need water engine at all, so I should just get out of this guy and see if I can get to an off-world. Or something else. I'm kind of still leaning off-world right now, though. Debt's back to the D range, but I need an off-world down. How's this doing? 45 a second. Probably be good to get out of them and into some engineering labs if at all possible, but the off-world first. The off-world before anything else, I think. Water engine patent, of course. Why not? 62,000, so I'm 10,000 away. What I can do, actually, if these are doing nothing for me, then I'll scrap them. I'll scrap this guy. That gives me more than enough steel to go ahead and throw that off-world down, and suddenly I'm in a lot better shape. Shortage on electronics is whatever, I guess. I'm going to do some of this, if I can. If I can get away with it, which I think I can. I might be able to. Still in that D range on stock. Silicon's doing alright, which is kind of okay, given that I've got a small trickle of that coming in. Let's just keep paying down debt. All this carbon, all this steel that I had laying around. I just got to keep paying down the debt. Trying to push to at least like a B rating, preferably. Offworld's coming online momentarily, which will be helpful. Let's go ahead and beef up electronics production, actually. That sounds pretty alright. How many people are making electronics? Plenty of people making it, so I'm not going to short it, but that is definitely the thing to have hit there. Alright. Let's send some iron. Iron's a pretty decent send right now. I don't know if it's the best, but it's decent. And let's see. These guys are still functional. That's good. We can go ahead and, after that's done, research food, I think. Could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. Surplus on power, which we've been ignoring the whole time because, well, we got cold fusion. No big surprise there. Everybody's fighting over everybody else's stock. Which means I'm just going to poke Bradbury a little bit. Get one little bit of stock in him. I'd have liked to get Asimov's stock. This is such a weird game. Clark seems to have the pretty distinct advantage. To me. Buy some dynamite, but I'm not going to throw it anywhere just yet. Let's see. Chems became valuable for just a moment, and then went back to silliness.
Look at all the money.
Blow that guy up, because Clark worries me. Asimov should also be worrying me. Everybody worries me, frankly, because everybody has more money than I do, but hopefully we'll be okay regardless. Unlikely, because of all this debt we have to pay down, but hopefully. Let's see, aluminum's not doing great, but our electronics production is still okay. Sell down from that. Okay, shortage on chems is driving things a little weird. There are other people in food at this point. Let's see. These are pretty much stuck as they are, aren't they? And I can do some small transitioning, but nothing too huge. Oh wow, look at that timing.
The black market is
We could have upgraded steel just a little bit. While we're trying to knock Offworlds down with dynamite in particular, let's upgrade steel. And I could try and push to another Offworld eventually. Let's see, you don't have an Offworld up yet. Clark and I are the only two with Offworlds online, actually. That's interesting. I wonder if I can afford to push to another one. I might be able to. I don't want to put them adjacent, even with thinking machines. I'm just going to dump it here. Let's see, iron's a little weaker now. Okay. Send some silicon this time. I don't know if that was actually a good decision, but it seemed like an okay decision, maybe? It was hard to say exactly. Tell you what, now that we're done with that, what I should do, even though I'm not making very much of it, is I'm going to short some steel. Bring that price high, hopefully. It's going to be the goal. Glass is definitely an option for something to make. I've just never had a good opportunity, it's felt like, to really abuse it at all. So I haven't been paying much attention to it, frankly. Blow that guy up, grab another one. Asimov is halfway to buying us. I should be paying a bit more attention to him, potentially, and what he's doing over here. So I could blow this guy up, for example. Okay, not using these. I need to be using these for something. I suppose we'll do chem research, just in case. I'm getting overloaded, which is increasing my cost of water, which is whatever, I suppose. Let's see. Let's launch some more iron. Man, people are so close to killing me. I've just got to pay down debt like crazy at this point, I think.
Our hackers have compromised the
Hopefully that will help.
Price manipulation begins shortly.
Buying the food, just a hair. Let's see, did other people move away from electronics? Yes, they did, for the most part. Not completely, but a little bit. Okay, and somebody just sold him down massively, though. But if nobody's really in him except for this guy, he does have full research on him, though. I don't know, maybe that's not the right call. It is hard to figure this one out in particular. Steel is what I was shorting. Let's just stay in that concept. Surplus on steel kind of sucks. I'm not using both Offworlds, which is a big problem. Oh man, trying to figure this out is such a huge pain. I don't know why I did this to myself this game. I'm just going to send more iron for a moment. And then after that, I've got another one to figure out immediately. Let's see. Oh yeah, more iron. Shoot. Yeah, just keep sending iron. Who cares? Asimov is halfway to killing us, which is kind of a problem. That's shorting. The shorts are creating such a weird game, and I cannot quite figure it out. I can't figure out what game we're actually playing right now. I'm going to do that. I think that'll be worthwhile. Bradbury's partway to killing me. What a weird game. Thankfully, the reactors are still going strong, and I can upgrade them. I'm already upgrading them. I could upgrade glass and try and transition into that at some point. I don't see it working out all that well. Buy into steel a bit. Only a bit, not a huge amount. Surplus on electronics. Alright then. Make sure I've got iron chain sending still. I've got one going constantly and another one going part-time right now. Man, I'm not even remotely close to being able to buy somebody. They just have so much more money than I do. It's insane. Oh man, what can I do with this though? I can kind of short fuel-ish a little bit.
The black market is online.
Let's see. Nothing's really flying through the air that's valuable. I gotta get out of these. I've been leaving those there for so long for no good reason whatsoever. I could have been making glass the whole time. I've got nanotech. There's no reason not to just rotate buildings. Unfortunately, I think Bradbury now, he's kind of like sneaking in here with a really good setup, and I didn't even notice he was getting anywhere close for a long time. I was still so focused on Asimov because he's the one with a bit of my stock grabbed up. This never went down. Come on, why did this never go down? Work with me here, game. 202. Come on, go. Thank you. Food is absolute garbage, and I mean like absolutely the worst thing ever is what food is right now. I might even be able to launch it, except iron is still better. How ridiculous is that? Iron is still better. You could research some oxygen. Let's see, chems are pretty good to make still. I'm really surprised he's being this successful. I guess it's just his complete control of the silicon market that's really kept him in it. Let's see. I don't really want to do that. Don't really want to affect glass either. I kind of just want to get out of it, actually. Even with those upgrades, it's not all that good. We can get into chems pretty easily. So we're going to make that happen. This is hit by a virus, which is kind of odd. These are hit by a virus, which is going to be painful for him, that's for sure. Let's see. People are in chems, people are shorting chems, all kinds of weird nonsense happening. Send another iron.
Look at all the money.
Alright. I'm at 337 compared to the 550 of Bradbury. Everybody just can't make any money this game. This is the dumbest game ever. Thankfully, I have some silicon coming in, but it still doesn't compare to Bradbury's silicon. He's just in such a good spot having control of that silicon right now. Despite his weird virus nonsense going on. He will recover from that quite nicely, is basically my point. What can I do with these that would actually be beneficial? I could do silicon, but that should tank fairly quickly. I almost don't want to do anything with them, but I don't have anything else to move the tiles into besides make more stuff. And make more stuff is not a particularly helpful thing to be doing right now. I guess I could do... No, I'm not going to do silicon. That would be dumb. I could do oxygen. It's not that expensive to get the upgrade done, really. I could do electronics, but somebody else already has brilliant electronics going on, so... It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird, guys. I'm just hoping that manipulating the Offworlds, we've done well enough to be okay. I'm just going to buy up a bunch of that while it's pretty cheap and just keep sending it. Clark is actually who I need to buy because he's the only other person that has an Offworld down. And that's the only way to make money that I can tell, is Offworlds. He also probably has iron. Yeah, he's got plenty of iron flowing in, keeping that price low for the both of us in the Offworlds. This is such a slow, weird game. I don't really want to attack anybody with Black Market because I need to save every last penny I have to try and push to a buy. That costs 800,000, but I think I'm still in last place. Yeah, I'm still solidly in last place except for Asimov, apparently. I don't even remember what I'm hacking. Electronics, apparently. Even though I'm not making electronics, and that doesn't make any sense, it's what I'm doing. On the other hand, nobody else is really making electronics, so maybe it's okay. Maybe I'll get away with it. Chems are absolutely worthless and are not quite yet burning money, but are pretty darn close. Alright, let's sell down, see if I can make something off of the electronics. Aluminum's actually really good right now. Like, oh, no, it just died. Everything is bouncing around the entire time instead of actually staying anywhere ever. I don't think anybody is in electronics right now. Whoa, finally a buy went down. That actually leaves me maybe a bit more comfortable because he didn't get any Offworlds with that, so maybe I'm still okay. I guess we'll upgrade this. I mean, chems are worth absolutely nothing. I should just queue up upgrades everywhere right now because chems are so worthless. And that just makes sense if chems are worthless, really. Offworlds are still launching okay. We'll buy a couple more shipments of iron to send. What a weird game. What an absolutely ridiculous game. Whoa, 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 whoa. You just jumped in money somehow. What happened here? How did you jump in money that much? It's just sailing right on ahead of me, and I don't know how that happened or what I could possibly do about it. I can blow up an Offworld, I guess. That costs a lot, but if he repairs it, it's going to slow him down. You know, it brings that steel price up. It brings that electronics price up ahead of this, in particular, as he repairs it. So maybe I can sell down for a serious amount because I'm still not seeing any of them in electronics right now. And somebody just bought into them. Seriously bought into them. So hopefully I killed some amount of cash in the market right there. I'm still making electronics, but he's still at 92%. What in the world is that? Oh man, he's making glass. He's making glass. That's what's doing it. He's got glass production going on. I do not have glass production going on when I really should. Oh man, steel just jumped so high, all in that moment. Why did steel just jump? Steel just jumped so high. What was that? I'm still 200,000 away. I don't know what I could do to really combat these Offworlds this game. I can't throw Black Market at them non-stop because Black Market's too expensive. Nobody can actually make that amount of money this game, really. I'm trying to send the best that I can, but everything is just worthless. Everything's completely, absolutely, totally worthless. And he just pushed to enough. He has enough now. He should just kill me. He really should, in my opinion. How in the world did that happen? I don't understand where the big jump came from for him. I guess he's just got more things capped out than I do at this stage. And he's got more general production down. Like, he's just got more tiles. He is an expansive player, so he wins, is almost what it feels like. Now, Bradbury is still in a great spot because he managed to get the kill on blues. Finally, I get bought. What was that game besides garbage? That was just so not interesting or fun. Alright, where did you make your money? A lot of it was Offworlds. Yeah, says you. I guess a lot of it was just Glass. I mean, Glass is really the big thing for him that he actually made money in. Glass and Offworlds. Whereas I made some in Offworlds. Once again, I was also sending iron. But he had better control of the iron market than I did. And that was really painful for me. You can see I had to buy a lot of iron. He never had to buy iron. Not one bit of iron. He just let that price rise and then sold down. And then let that price rise and sold down. And there was nothing I could do about that all game. I just didn't see an out that game. There was no path to winning, from what I could tell. Now Cubit should easily clean this whole game up. Because Year End made the quick buy instead of the good buy. Cubit should just clean this whole game up immediately. That was such a stupid game. Well, teleportation disappeared. Now prices are sky high everywhere. That's wonderful. Yeah, I think I just let Glass get away from me for a little too long. And trying to work the hacker array was just never going to pan out quite as well as I would hope it would. And there's this idea of, when I'm trying to run 5 special buildings, I have no production online anywhere. Maybe power would have been good to have down. I never paid attention to power. That was also probably a mistake at some point this game, because I got Cold Fusion, so I was like, I'm just going to ignore power. And then power probably came into relevance at some point, aka above like the 150 mark, when I had been paying down debt, and I could have taken advantage of that. So let's see how much he actually made in power. Power is such an easy resource to ignore. You can see I never sold any of it. He sold 439,000 in power. That would do it. It was really the power market. Glass was relevant, but power is almost certainly what did me in. Just trying to ignore it since I had Cold Fusion the whole time. That could also explain his jump. Unfortunately, the end of game nonsense won't tell me exactly what I want to see and how he made his jump. The best I can do is look at this insane resource graph. I see that there was a glass peak. He may have pulled in a lot on this glass peak right here. That looks like about when it happened. And power only very recently really spiked to a ridiculous amount. What are you? Are you power or are you oxygen? I think you're oxygen. Okay, you're oxygen, which means you're power. So power's been going up and down the whole time, but it was a close one, but it was kind of a stupid one. And Cubit's going to easily run away with the entire thing now. There was really no doubt in my mind. I think Cubit and I both knew that we were the only 2 relevant people left in the game. And whoever got the kill out of the 2 of us was going to take it. Unfortunately, I just couldn't keep him knocked down. Because even Dynamite was just too expensive to utilize. You'll see none of these went above 50,000 this game. Because there was no money to be had in this game. Does it say Hearthstone? It says Hearthstone. Shoot. There. I fixed it. It says Offworld Trading Company now. Oh well. Everybody knows I stream Offworld at this time anyway who wants to watch Offworld, so. But yeah, Cubit's going to take this in mere moments at this point. We're just waiting on him to push through to it. Man. Kind of felt like a dumb game. But there was no chance of anybody taking it except for Cubit once he pushed that buy on me. 4 Offworlds when nothing on world is worth anything. It's really just that straightforward. And I had thinking machines running that whole time, so I never really had to protect an Offworld, which was nice. But as you could see, because protecting an Offworld was just so not particularly valuable, nobody ever did it. Because it wasn't that expensive to repair, and you lost so much money for the goon squad that it just wasn't worthwhile. That was just ridiculous. I didn't even auto-purchase that much stuff, really, that game, it felt like. Look at this. Cubit purchased so much more than I did. As did Year End and Blues, and yet I'm the one who got in ridiculous debt trouble. Blues didn't auto-purchase all that much, and he did sell a lot of power. How did Year End auto-purchase that much? It was just all power. He just let power go. Alright. Well, let's try and avoid letting power go next time.